Hey folks, all at the one here. Welcome to another video. Now the main reason I'm out in the woods today is to test out my new axe stroke hatchet, whichever you prefer. Nice compact backpacking woods axe. Always willing to give a new brand a go. So this is Prandi of Italy since 1969. Nice look to it. I think this is a 500 gram axe head on this. Comes with this nice protective leather sheath here, which simply unbuttons to expose the axe. Has a nice wedge to it, so should be quite a good splitter in my opinion, with a nice substantial back end, so can take a bit of punishment in my opinion. Sharpness seems fairly sharp, a little rough on the edge in my opinion, but that could be sorted out quickly with a sharpening stone, which I will do later on. But this is the factory edge at the moment, so we'll see how that does. As you can see, the handle is original USA hickory. Hickory known to be a good shock absorber and very impact resistant. The grain on this one seems to be running in the right direction for maximum strength. Don't know if you can see that, hopefully you can. But basically running straight at 90 degrees to where the impact's going to be coming from. So that's what you want to see. I'll run some specs on the screen, including what kind of steel it's made from. It is some kind of carbon steel, I forget which exactly. But the important part is, let's see how well it performs in real situation. So initially, let's just have a little sharpness test. That's not a good sign. When dealing with my normal axes like old school Wetterlings, Halterforsch, etc., then you know, from the box they're usually sharp enough to make feather sticks. Let's see what can be done with this. Yeah, the sharpness level is just not up to those Scandinavian blades in my opinion. But that's not to say it's a bad steel. It's just they haven't fully finished off the edge in the factory, so I guess it leaves it up to you to get it to that razor sharpness level. So from the factory, it's not really one for intricate carving or anything like that, but yeah, you can get the job done. Well, that's a ropey piece of wood there. Let's get something more substantial. This is an incredibly hard piece of yew, by the way, so I have damaged and chipped blades on this before, but let's see how this does. Well, as you can see, it's just bouncing off there, but no damage to the edge, so that's a good sign. Alright, now here's a big old chunk of wood. See what I can do with 10 good whacks. Alright, let's make it 20. Well, It's not a resounding success. They were decent enough wax. I would have expected to get a little deeper into that, but this is a bit of a hardened, fire hardened piece of wood, so it is a pretty tough test, but ultimately it just shows that you could get through it, and yeah, the axe can do the job basically. Just have a little check as to how the edge is holding up. Well, the edge appears to be absolutely fine. No curling or anything along those lines. Still perfectly symmetrical. I'm just examining it now. But it's looking good. Ooh, did you see that glancing blow? Luckily, I've got my swinging area correct, so that was miles away from my body. Just trying to find a nice baton, just a moment. Yeah, this central area is a little bit tough. Bang. Split down nice and cleanly. Let's have a look at the axe now. I mean, that was pretty much abuse in my opinion. Shouldn't be batoning with an axe like that. It's not designed for that purpose. But the head is absolutely solidly on there, and that got through a pretty hefty piece of wood there. I'm not sure what that was. It may have even been yew. It was pretty tough, and as I said, it had been fire hardened, so that was a good test for this in my opinion. I've noticed the marking is already coming off there. Not that that particularly bothers me. What bothers me is the functionality of the tool, and in this case I'd say it's pretty good. Like I said, I will be touching up the edge when I get home, which by the way still seems very sharp and seems flaw free still. There's no rolling. So all in all, I think that's turning out to be a decent little hatchet. The Prandi 500 gram sort of backpacking stroke wood axe. So I think that's getting a thumbs up from me. One thing I will say, the handle is quite chunky and substantial, so I believe it will last a very long time, and I may have to give it a little sand down and modify it slightly for my own uses at some later stage. But actually seems to be a good little tool. I wasn't convinced initially, but after seeing its performance I give it the thumbs up. So that's the Prandi axe. Cool little hatchet. I hope you've enjoyed this review. This is All Outdoor One signing out for now. Thanks for watching. Take care.